Good evening, prospectors, and welcome to our first ever The Cycle Frontier video. This is going to be 10 tips and tricks that I wish I'd known when I started. Now, this is after 3 days of playtime, so I've got the basics down, and hopefully you can learn from this. I didn't know any of this when I started, and it for sure will help you immensely. First and foremost, the knife is a pivotal tool. By left-clicking and holding, you are going to be able to one-shot all of the smaller aliens, stun the larger aliens like the spitters, as well as do immense damage to players. You can essentially two-shot a player with your knife by left-click and hold. It is very effective. The next tip is going to be to avoid monsters unless you have a specific mission involving them. A lot of players around the map are just listening for audio cues like shots being fired in order to run to that area to dive into some PvP. So avoiding monsters is the play, very similar to other games like Escape from Tarkov and The Hunt Showdown. Third, you always want to be running with your melee weapon out, as long as you are not near a point of interest. That's because you're going to be much faster and you're going to burn through way less stamina, and if someone starts shooting at you, you're going to be able to outpace them and dodge bullets fairly easily. Next is that you want to wait for the evac ship to be leaving and for the bar to be turning purple before you run to it. A lot of players just throw grenades straight at the evac ship when they see it in order to try to secure a kill. So even while the ship has already shut its doors and is taking off, if you run to it right at the very end of that purple bar, and even a little bit after that, you are going to evacuate safely and instantly. Next up, we have some of the best loot in the game, which is hidden behind puzzles that a lot of points of interest have, and those are going to award you with up to legendary and even exotic gear. So solving those puzzles with the power batteries and moving them around and learning them early is going to help you do them often and easily and get you some nice loot to evacuate with. The next one took me a couple of days to learn, but you can buy a data drive for 300 money at the space station, and you can upgrade them all the way up to legendary at PlanetSide, and they will be worth 10,000 when you sell them. So if you're not doing a lot and you want to farm in a nearby area, get that data drive upgrading. It's going to make a lot of noise and could draw players, but the risk is definitely worth the reward because it's only 300 and it goes up to 10k. Next up, we've got the mineral scanner. I mostly avoided this because I figured I could just run into things like nodes and titan ore and nickel while just walking around the planet, but actually the mineral scanner is going to show you minerals all over the map near you, including through walls, and it's just super useful, and you can also upgrade it several times to find specific items. This is going to help you get an early lead in creating your base and pushing forward the foundations of the economic cycle. My next tip is pretty simple, but I think I fall victim to this myself. It's a lot better to make a pro progression play and extract and lose everything. So rather than risking it and constantly trying to fill your inventory all the way to the brim, sometimes it is better just to take that extract and leave. You're always going to be gaining and you're always winning if you escape the planet. Next up, we've got one of my favorite ones, and this ties back into the other tip, is upgrading the quarters within the space station. Your quarters are going to be your key to gaining Aurum, which is the currency you need for cosmetics, and also K-marks, right, the money. This will be generating from your income generators at all times, and so the higher you get those, the more you're going to be getting every single day, and the less you're going to have to do and grind. And also you get daily loot crates, which you can upgrade, and that will give you, even at the start of the game, gray, green, and even blue gear after a couple upgrades. So it is just a fantastic way to get on the game, suck up all the income from the generators, grab your daily package, and then just dive onto the planet with everything that you're given. Lastly, like any full loot game and any big PvP game, sometimes resetting a PvP fight is vital to winning. What this means is escaping, running away with your knife out and healing, and then coming back to continue the fight. By bringing healing PlanetSide and by maintaining that 85% health or higher, you're always going to have a step up on other players who come unprepared or who don't bring any healing at all. So you always want to maintain that high health of 85% at all times, and that will be your key to victory. Thank you for tuning in. This has been 10 tips and tricks. This is just the start, and I'm looking forward to releasing some more advanced guides as I learn the game and extract myself. I'll see you on the planet next time for another Cycle Frontier video.